Sometimes, as we grow older and the quiet of the evening settles in, there's a moment when we place a hand over the side of our neck or pause at the feeling of a heartbeat that seems just a little too strong, a little too uncertain. And we wonder if our bodies are trying to whisper something important to us, something about the years we've walked through and the care we still owe ourselves. And for many seniors, that whisper often carries a fear we don't always speak out loud. The fear of stroke, of sudden change, of waking one morning feeling different than the day before. And that fear, though heavy, is not a weakness. It is a sign that you still wish to live fully, gently, and with as much health as the body can offer. And very often, the choices we make without thinking, like the fish we eat, the meals we believe are safe, simple, even comforting, can quietly influence that risk in ways we were never told. Because certain types of fish, particularly those high in hidden sodium, preservatives, and inflammatory oils, can thicken the blood, raise blood pressure overnight, and create stiffness in blood vessels that have already endured so much across the decades. And this is not meant to frighten you, only to let you see the small threads that connect your plate to your heart, your habits to your circulation, your quiet evening to your peaceful morning. The science behind this is gentle, not overwhelming. Our blood vessels lose elasticity with age, meaning they don't expand and contract as easily as they once did. And when we pair that natural aging with fish that are heavily smoked, salted, canned, or fried, we invite inflammation into the bloodstream, and inflammation, even when subtle and invisible, makes the blood flow just a little rougher, the heart work a little harder, and the risk of clotting rise just enough that doctors urge caution. Especially for those over 60 who may already be managing blood pressure, cholesterol, or circulation concerns. But the comforting part of this story is that nature rarely gives us a warning without also offering us a gentle remedy, a way forward that feels doable, forgiving, even nurturing, and one of the most powerful habits you can introduce, one that elders around the world have relied on for centuries, is the simple, steady practice of adding omega-3 rich, naturally prepared fish into your weekly rhythm, while avoiding the heavily processed varieties that quietly burden the body. Instead of smoked or salty fish, choose soft, clean, heart-supporting options like wild salmon, sardines and water with no added salt, trout, or mackerel prepared simply with lemon and herbs. Because these types of fish supply EPA and DHA, two forms of omega-3 fats, that help keep the blood thin, flexible, and moving with ease, almost like adding a drop of oil to a creaky hinge, allowing each beat of the heart to glide rather than strain. The remedy, then, is not to remove fish altogether, but to mindfully choose the right kind. And the way to use this remedy is far simpler than most expect. Prepare 1 to 2 servings each week, no more than the size of your palm, cooked gently, not fried, not preserved, not drenched in heavy sauces, and ideally enjoyed earlier in the day, so the heart has time to use those nutrients while you're awake and moving, not while you're trying to rest. Some seniors prefer poaching the fish in a bit of water with sliced garlic and a squeeze of lemon, letting the aroma drift softly through the kitchen, while others bake it with a sprinkle of turmeric, a spice known for supporting circulation and calming inflammation. And you might find your own rhythm, your own small ritual of preparation that feels comforting and familiar, because the act of caring for your body can itself become a soothing part of your routine. And after a few weeks of choosing cleaner fish and stepping away gently from the salted, canned, and smoked varieties, many people notice subtle but meaningful changes. Mornings feel lighter, as though the chest expands more easily. The neck muscles feel less tight when turning the head. The pulse seems steadier during quiet moments. And even the breath may feel smoother when walking from room to room. These changes aren't dramatic or sudden. They arrive the way dawn arrives, little by little, a soft glow before the full light. But they are real, and they build layer by layer until you find yourself trusting your body a bit more, feeling grateful for the strength that remains, and recognizing that your health is not slipping away, but responding to your care, returning what you give. And as you continue this simple habit, repeating it each week, letting it become part of your senior wellness routine, the body begins to show you that small choices still matter, that healing can be gentle, that progress can be quiet, and that you are never too old to make your next chapter lighter than the one before. And perhaps the most healing part of all is realizing that this is not about fear, not about restriction, but about choosing foods that love you back, foods that work with your Heart instead of against it, foods that support your years rather than steal from them. So as you sit with this information, take a breath, place a hand again on your chest or your neck. Feel the quiet rhythm that has carried you through every moment of your life. And know that with each mindful choice, each small act of nourishment, you are offering that rhythm a gentler path, a safer journey, and a little more protection for all the mornings still waiting for you. And if there is one message to carry into tomorrow, let it be this. Aging is not an ending, but a turning, not a closing of doors, but an invitation to slow down, listen closely, and choose what feels kindest to your body, because kindness, even in the form of a meal, has the power to steady the heart and brighten the days ahead. And as long as you are willing to care for yourself with patience and gratitude, the body will meet you there, step by gentle step, reminding you that hope is always within reach, especially when you nourish it.